y'all say to men are just supposed to just be with other women, and that's how they're supposed to live their life? Like, what do you say to that?
There's different shades to that, and it's very cryptic, and I'm gonna tell you why. So we all come, most of us come down here with soul contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So Dolores Cannon, we learned through her that you have villains in your life. So in heaven, we are all friends.
Yeah.
So even this transaction between you and us and you, this was something that was already preordained. This is what we believe. This
Yeah.
was already preordained when you were in heaven. Let's call it heaven, because there's different dimensions upstairs. Um, so what happens is, if a woman's lesson is to choose herself,
Mm-hmm.
God is not going to hand choosing yourself on a platter and say, "Okay, now you have learned how to choose yourself."
Right.
No, God is going to send you multiple people. If you're in a heterosexual relationship or heterosexual, He will send you multiple men so that you can learn that lesson. So now you got to keep in mind, these men that come your way, they were your friends upstairs.
Yeah, we were
And so
supposed to
now
be.
you are meeting these people. And if you didn't learn the lesson the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time, guess what? You're being tested. This is all a
Mm-hmm.
game. This is all a
Mm-hmm.
school. So people must look at it from that angle and understand that when you meet this guy, he's going to present himself as like a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's not going to say to you, "Hey, I'm the same
Mm-hmm.
bastard you dated 3 times ago." He's not going
Right.
to say
Right.
that. But it's up to you to use discernment. It's up to you to look at your previous past relationships and say to yourself, "You know what? The last relationships I was in, I had sex with the guy the first month. Maybe I should wait and figure out who this guy is."
Yeah.
Not to go too far from the question, what I need you to understand is that, or I need your audience to understand, is that these men that come in your life are part of the game, it's part of the test. And they were given that assignment because God can't come down and date you and say to you, "Erica, I need you to learn how to choose yourself." He got to
Right.
utilize other people to do that for you. And that
Right.
goes across the board with anything. That's like being at work with a coworker. If you're supposed to learn how to have patience, your coworker is going to do things, or even your children. Like, I have 3 kids, four adult children. I mean, 3 daughters and a son. I had to learn patience with my children. So it's all about whatever the lesson is. The villains are here. Now, mind you,
Exactly.
the villains were your friends upstairs, but now
Yeah.
they're in this character to be your villain, so you can learn the lesson. And before you speak, Janine, I just want to give the analogy. I gave the analogy to someone. It's like going to a job fair, and there's different booths. So a woman goes to every booth. Like, so if a man is at every booth, if there's 10 booths, the woman should not make it down to the 10th booth. I'm sorry. She
Okay.
should learn by the 4th booth of men that I'm dating the same guy. Now, if she gets to date the booth 10, which a lot of them do, the universe is saying, "Darling, you dated the
Right.
same guy 10 times. Why are you
Right.
complaining?" So now the men, let's talk about the men real quick before you talk, Jay. The men who are given these assignments, the universe protects them in a cryptic way, because don't get it twisted. They're killing like 30 birds with one stone. So this one guy that may dog one girl out, trust and believe he was given the assignment to maybe dog out 10 girls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he goes from woman to woman to woman. And what happens is, all these women he goes to, they were supposed to learn a lesson, and they keep failing at the test. And it's flip flop. So like, these men keep saying, "Oh, these women, they dress provocative, they're nasty, they this, they that." Okay, so why do you keep dating the same kind of woman? You're attracting
Right.
the same kind of woman because
Right.
you're on a lower vibration. So
And then at some point, that man meets a woman who he's supposed to stop the cycle.
yes.
Okay.
See, he's serving his purpose as a villain, but then at some point, he's supposed to stop the cycle. If he doesn't stop the cycle, then he continues to develop karma.
Yeah, he starts
Interesting.
developing karma. Yup.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
so the villains play a role. The villains are very essential to our learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
I
one
guess
thing
it.
I will say is this: one thing I will say is this, Erica, excuse me, is that, you know, there are some people that come here to have a good time too. Don't get it twisted. So
Mm-hmm.
when some people reincarnate that come here to have a good time. So there are some men that came here to just have sex with a lot of women because they came here to have a good time.
Yeah.
Because life truly is an experience, no matter how you make it.
Yeah.
And you have to take into account for that. But that does not mean that that individual will not develop karma at some point.
That's interesting.
Yep.
It almost sounds like it, you know, as far as relationships and these dynamics, it depends on what your plan was when you came here. That's
Yeah.
really
Correct.
what it depends on.